Welcome to Course 4, Foundation, Certified Supply Chain Professional, CSCP, course, by SPAO Academy. Topic 3, Sourcing Products and Services, Section 4, Make versus Buy Analysis, Lesson 3, Capacity, Flexibility, and Risk Considerations. Capacity, flexibility, and risk considerations. While cost analysis often dominates the make or buy decision, strategic operational factors like capacity, flexibility, and risk are equally critical. This lesson explores how a company's internal capabilities and its appetite for uncertainty should influence the sourcing decision. 1. Capacity considerations. This refers to a company's ability to actually produce the item internally. It's not just about having the space, but having the right resources available. Utilization of existing capacity. Make. If a company has underutilized machinery, factory space, or labor, taking on a new product can absorb that excess capacity, spreading fixed costs over more units and improving overall efficiency. Buy. If a company is already operating at full capacity, choosing to make a new product would require significant capital investment in new facilities and equipment, a capacity expansion. In this case, buying frees the company from needing to invest in more physical infrastructure. Specialization and core competency. A company must ask if it has the right kind of capacity. Does it have the specialized equipment or skilled labor necessary to produce the component to the required quality standards? If not, building that capacity from scratch is a major strategic decision that may distract from the company's core business. 2. Flexibility considerations. Flexibility is about how well the supply chain can adapt to change. This is a major differentiator between making and buying. Volume flexibility, the ability to scale up or down. Make. Scaling production up or down internally can be slow and costly. Hiring, laying off workers, and purchasing new equipment takes time. It is difficult to quickly respond to sudden spikes or drops in demand. Buy. A supplier can often offer greater volume flexibility. The buyer can simply place larger or smaller orders. The supplier bears the burden of managing their own capacity to meet these fluctuations. However, the supplier may require minimum order quantities or charge a premium for high variability. Mix flexibility, the ability to offer different products, variants. Make. Keeping production in-house allows for greater control over product changes, customization, and innovation. Engineering and production teams can collaborate more easily to create variations or respond to market trends. Buy. Switching suppliers or asking a supplier to modify a product can be a lengthy process involving contract renegotiations, retooling at the supplier's factory, and quality recertification. This can stifle a company's ability to be agile in the market. Strategic flexibility, the ability to switch partners. Make. Once a company invests in the equipment and expertise to make a product, it is committed. It's difficult and expensive to later decide to outsource that item. Buy. A company can, in theory, switch suppliers relatively easily at the end of a contract if a better option emerges, maintaining a competitive edge. 3. Risk considerations. This is perhaps the most crucial category, as it deals with potential disruptions and long-term strategic exposure. Supply chain disruption risk. Make. Risk is concentrated in the company's own facilities. A fire, strike, or power outage at the factory stops production entirely. This is a single point of failure. Buy. Risk is transferred to the supplier. However, the buying company becomes dependent on the supplier's reliability. A disruption at the supplier's factory, or their supplier's factory, will still halt the buyer's production. This also introduces geopolitical risk if the supplier is in a different country. Intellectual property, IP, and quality risk. Make. Proprietary processes and designs are kept secret, protecting a potential competitive advantage. Quality is directly controlled by the company's own standards and processes. Buy. Sharing designs with a supplier creates a risk of IP theft or the supplier using that knowledge to become a future competitor. Quality control is also more difficult, requiring robust supplier agreements and inspections. Dependency and hold-up risk. Buy. If a single supplier becomes the sole source for a critical component, that supplier gains significant power. They could potentially raise prices, lower quality, or go out of business, leaving the buyer in a difficult position. This is known as the hold-up problem. Summary. Balancing the triangle. The decision is rarely black and white. It requires balancing these three factors. When to make. Choose to make when you have excess capacity. The product is a core competency, you need tight control over quality, IP, and you want to protect yourself from supplier dependency. When to buy. Choose to buy when you lack internal capacity, need high volume flexibility to deal with uncertain demand, and want to avoid the capital investment and risk of manufacturing a non-core item. A common hybrid approach is partial integration or strategic partnerships, where a company makes a core part in-house but buys non-critical components, or works closely with a supplier to co-manage risks and share capacity plans. I really appreciate you spending your time with me today. If you want to learn more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Your like means the world to us and helps this channel grow so we can continue bringing you great content. Thanks again, and see you on the next video.